Oh, some reason, I guess, because I did a new stream, the intro didn't pop up. But hello, this is Secular Activism Unfiltered, and I'm going to bring my guest on in a moment, but I did want to share some things before I did that. Everyone knows that we are having the Revival of Reason June 12th through the 14th in Atlanta, Georgia. I will be one of the speakers, and here's a quick intro video talking about that. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Everything's not showing up. Oh, I know. Oh, hold on. I know what's happening. Hold on. That's why it didn't work this time. Aha. I was on the wrong thing. Hold on. So.
What's up, y'all? Mandisa Thomas here, inviting you to be in 2026 Revival of Reason in Atlanta, Georgia. From June 12th through the 14th, join us at the Atlanta Free Thought Hall and Pavilion, where we will be celebrating 15 years of Black non-believers with food, fun, serious discussions, live entertainment, and more. Speakers include Chris Cameron, Candace Gorham, Detroit Atheist Queen, The Friendly Atheist, Godless Engineer, Cynthia McDonald, yours truly, and more. Get your tickets today at blacknonbelievers.org or scan that QR code below. Also, you can book your room at our special group room rate at the Comfort Inn, Atlanta, Smyrna. Official BN members get a discount, so please make sure you become an official member today. Sponsorship opportunities are also available, as well as discounted student rates. Thank you so much for helping us celebrate 15 years as Black non-believers, and we will see you soon.
Yes, earlier there was technical difficulties. The original stream I had didn't want to work, so I did this one, and I forgot I did some other things to it. But we are here now for the interview. Gonna have one more clip. Some Sunday, we're gonna have a live stream. Me and Helen Hellsbells is gonna be part of the Revival of Reason. Mandisa and a whole bunch of people are gonna get together and and promote the Revival of Reason. Okay, now time to bring out our guest. Hello, hello. Sorry about the technical difficulties in the beginning.
That's okay, Kelly. You know, I'm a tech person, so I understand we're at the mercy of our technology.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so for anybody who didn't see the last episode that you were on, please tell everybody who you are.
Well, my name is Anthony Greenblatt. I'm the current president of Michigan Atheists, and I'm a marketing person. That's what I've been doing this last year and a half with Michigan Atheists. A lot of on site events, drawing people in, bringing more people in, showing people that what exactly atheism, and specifically Michigan Atheists, is all about. And we're about to start our next season this summer, and we're really excited about that.
Yes, yes, yes. It's always so much fun doing the table. He is a pusher. Get out, get out. You go here, you go there. And I be like, I don't like, how do I do all that? he volunteer. I'm always voluntold stuff, and he is like one of the best volunteers. He be volunteering everybody what to do. This is what you're good at, and this is where I want you to be, which is good. But yeah. So hold on. This is Jess. That's her comment up here. Um, she works with Steve. This is Jess. She does a
Mm.
lot of my videos and everything, but we're gonna have to connect and you to meet
Which
her.
Steve? Because we got like 12 of them.
Canadian Steve, the only
Oh,
one that
okay.
I deal with
Yeah, I just
too
spoke with
much.
him the other day.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yes, you do. We still have to do brunch with that mimosa place we were talking about. Got to remember that. I think it was near you too. But yeah. Um. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I see I'm getting stragglers coming in a little bit, little bit, little bit, little bit. So last year was my first year joining. Well, I would go to meetings occasionally, but this is my first time. I just realized I have my work glasses on, but we have to deal with it now. So I look crazy, I know. But anyway, so last year was my first year joining in and everything, and being more of a part of it. And you as well, wasn't it? Last year was the year before last. I know we didn't have time, but we started going out doing these tabling events and marketing to get more people to come in, mostly pride stuff because that's what goes on this summer. Um, oh really? Oh, what are we talking about? Oh, Jess. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Jess is amazing. That's why her videos are great. So, what made you get interested and want to do the tabling instead of some other things? Am I
Sure.
muted? Oh, I'm not.
No, 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 no. I'm just giving you your your
Okay.
space time. This is
I
your
I
show. I'm the
I
guest.
I press mute all the time, so that's why I had to make sure that I was not done.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm a marketing person, and that's actually what I've noticed within the atheist community. There's not a lot of marketing people. I have met a few, but it seems to be a lot of times when you go into the marketing field, you kind of tend to be very cautious about your public image. And I mean, I am very cautious about my public image as well because I don't want to lose clients, customers, vendors. I don't want to alienate anybody. This is still a very controversial area, but they always say the first one through the door is always the bloodiest, and I don't mind getting bloody. I don't mind going out there and sacrifice myself for something I truly believe in. I'm a day one atheist. That means I was born an atheist like everybody else. And because my parents were atheists, I stayed an atheist. So I didn't have really a whole lot of religious upbringing. It was not a very big part of my life. And then I actually found Michigan Atheists back in, I want to say around 2018 when I discovered Meetup. Before that, I was just hanging out. I had a small group of friends, and last time we talked about how I was born in the Soviet Union and I'm an immigrant, and so I grew up in the immigrant community, and we were all friends, and there was really no religious pressures or anything like that. Most of us had the same kind of backgrounds, and we just never really talked about. So going out on these marketing events because I love marketing. I that's where I kind of keep myself. There's other things that people do, like for example, a book club, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with doing book clubs or other activities to get people to come in. It's just that's not my area of interest, and I leave that for other people because I love to share responsibilities. If somebody else wants to come in and say, I'd like to do a Sunday morning walk group, great. Well, let's get it going. We're more than happy to help you promote it and market it.
We did talk about doing stuff like that though as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the on-site stuff, I personally just have a lot of experience in my younger marketing days of going out there. So if you've ever been to like a ball game or stadium, summer concert, and you see one of those pop-up 10 by 10 tents, and they're trying to sell you, cell phones or hot tubs, or I remember Bell Tiger was a big client of mine in my early days, and I used to be at Comerica Park, getting people surveys, which reality was just getting their email address and in exchange they would get a free baseball. So I get used to doing that, and I just enjoy being out there with people. I enjoy talking with people. A lot of people think that when we do these on-site events that we're trying to convert people away from their beliefs, and that is never the case with me.
Mm-mm.
I do not convert anybody. I do not unvert anybody. I do not tell people that they're leading bad, immoral lives or anything like that, because that's what the opposition does. I can have my own personal opinions about it, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. What we do is we do mostly is ask an atheist. We answer questions for people who are curious to get to know what exactly we believe instead of hearing about it from somebody else. You hear it from me, you hear it from the source, and that is the best way to get information. And of course, there's always the debaptisms, which people really love. Again, and I understand where people might think that that's us trying to convert people, but in reality, it's the people who are already atheists and they see it, they want to do it. So it's really at their choice. They were atheists before they saw me, and it's just a fun thing to do. And for some people, it actually is very moving because they get closure for whatever happened to them in their religious life. Everybody has a different backstory, and I've heard so many of them over the years, and I love
Yeah,
listening to everybody.
yeah. Many people were forced as children. They had to do it, and it like showed like the different signals of like how we're taught that we're sinful, and the only way we can have any way of salvation or any form of being a respectable person is if we get doused with water to be reborn. Without that, we're nothing. That's how many of us were raised, myself included. You are
Yeah, that was
sinful since
Yeah,
birth.
that was one thing that I really never understood about it as a child. As an adult, because I'm a marketer, I get it, and I look at religion from a marketing perspective, and I see the symbols of religion, marketing logos, icons, people that they have, big people within and their ideologies, all these things. I completely understand, but as a kid, I just didn't understand, why do you tell people that you're evil when you're born and you have to spend your entire life repenting? It just made no sense to me. I don't know if we talked about this last time I was on your show, but I just remember, I think it was in maybe third or fourth grade, when the teacher on the first day of school said, as of this moment, every one of you has an A. You all have an A, and it's up to you to keep that A. And if you pay attention, you come to class, you take notes, you study, I promise you will keep that A. And that was just such a positive message to send to all the kids, that you are good and you're starting off on the right foot, versus what I hear from religion, which is you're born evil and you need to spend your entire life making yourself better.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. Yeah, what it says. Now, my understanding, you talk about how you were secular Jew, secular
Mhm.
Jew. With anybody in your family, was any of them the religious section of it? Like I know, like your mother and father weren't. But do you have anybody in your family that were?
So yeah, I have a very big family. My grandparents, my even my great grandparents, were the first ones that I knew that grew up with, passed away when I was actually 17. So I knew them for a very long time. Uh, my grandmother, who you've met, I won't say how old she is, but she's
She
up
looks
there in
good for
age.
her age, though.
She does look good. She's rounding out that triple digit pretty soon. Not quite soon, but that close. But she's up there, and she's the only one that was actually kind of religious growing up. Where one big thing for Judaism is Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement, where you don't eat for from sundown to sundown, and you pray, and your sins from the previous year were forgiven. And I remember her doing that, but that was about the extent of it. She didn't go to temple. I think she did believe in a higher power. I know her mom was pretty religious. Well, she moved to Israel from the Soviet Union, so pretty religious at that point. And she lit the Shabbos candles on Friday night, things like that. I have some distant cousins who are a little religious. I have one cousin that actually is the equivalent of like would be like a newborn Christian, newborn Jew. And this person was, she's my age. We grew up together. Our dads were drinking buddies. And then one day in high school, all of a sudden, she just found religion and she just went head first into it, just all out. According to the Torah, if you're not a close family member by bloodline, or you're not married to the person, you can't touch people of the opposite sex, not even a hug. And I thought this was kind of weird. All of a sudden, I can't hug my own cousin, who's like a sister to me. But now she lives in Israel with her, I think, 5, could be up to 6 kids by now. Yeah, like they said, they became very religious. But most of the people in my family were pretty secular and accepting.
Yeah, so the opposite. I'm like one of the few. Me and my 2 of my oldest are, But other than that, no. Everybody in my family wants to be religious. It feels. I would love to be the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
So, going on. So we talked about the baptism, and I'm going to show a video, a little clip that we did. I am the videographer.
Videographer. Yeah.
For the baptisms.
Yeah. We appreciate all your hard work.
Yeah. There's not much video with this, but it's funny, but we're gonna talk about it. With a lot of backlash. So we have a lot of TikToks, Instagram people talking about our debaptism, and I'm gonna show a clip right now about that. I ended up compilating some stuff together.
These are the 2 most disturbing clips that you're going to see today.
Debaptism right here. And means equality, diversity, and the First Amendment right to be debaptism. I baptized you. And I'm only helping you start struggling when you were 5 seconds ago.
This is a booth set up at a Pride event that was recently held in Michigan. People lined up to be debaptized by some atheist group. Yeah, you heard that correctly, to publicly reject God. Now you're about to see a video that's even crazier.
In the name of reason, equality, diversity, and the First Amendment of the United States, I debaptize thee. That you're not morally held to struggling when you were 5 seconds ago. Yay!
Even including children in this is like the next level mockery of God. You aren't ready to hear what the Bible says about leading children astray. Matthew 18:6 says this, "But whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be no better for him to have a great millstone fastened around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea." That's pretty strong. This is evil, and it's double-layered, being a celebratory event of sin and mocking baptism, which is a public declaration of faith in the Lord. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but seriously, this is something the world needs to see. Share this video to help others understand what's happening around us, why we must take a strong stance within the realm of faith for Jesus.
You are now morally healthier, wealthier, wiser, stronger, and overall better than you were 5 seconds ago. Yay!
Yay!
They are really out here de-baptizing people. The perversion is so real. Watch this.
Stay dry. The water from your head you never consented to. Gonna let guilt evaporate and shame fall away. You are one. You are whole. You belong. Congratulations.
Just when you think you've seen it all. De-baptism. People think they can be de-baptized. But wait, there's more. I'm going to play the video with audio here in a minute, but first of all, the hairdryer's not plugged in.
Gonna let guilt evaporate and shame fall away. You are one. You are whole. And you belong. Congratulations. In the name of reason, equality, diversity, and the First Amendment of the United States, I debaptize thee. That you're not morally held to struggling for 5 seconds ago. Yay! How you doing? Debaptism right here. In the name of reason, equality, diversity, and the First Amendment of the United States, I debaptize thee. You're not morally held to struggling
like to say that's fake, but unfortunately it's not. People are seriously thinking that they can be debaptized with a blow dryer that is not plugged in and some made up words. Honestly, it goes to show that baptism is so important. If not, then why are they going through all the hassle and the trouble to make a big spectacle of being debaptized if baptism doesn't hold meaning? It is unfortunate though, because this is happening in our day and age, this is happening in our world, and unfortunately, kids like we just seen are caught in the middle of it. Debaptized.
Oh, I gotta move it. Huh? The video.
These are the two most disturbing.
So I gotta move us like this. Okay. How to get back where we was? This hilarious, and I know when I see it on the stream and I found some, I commented, hey, we're going to be at this place Saturday or whatever day and time we're going to do another one. And like, well, we want, some people say they want to get it done when they see those videos. Mm-hmm. And I show comment in every video I see the next place we're going to be at. Get to these baptisms. Now, pull it up.
I'd like to thank all the people that don't like what we're doing by giving us free publicity and pretty much just letting people know that we're doing this. And the funniest one really was the one at the last lady who didn't understand the hairdryer's not plugged in.
Yeah, it's symbolic.
It's symbolic, yep. And it's also
a moderator. Yeah.
The fact that we don't believe that your initial dunking people in water did anything. It doesn't do anything at all. There's no such thing as holy water. There's no such thing as magic words or spells or anything like that. I remember right before COVID hit, now it's been 6 years. Right before COVID hit in Michigan, we went into lockdown. The local news was at the Detroit Catholic Archdiocese, standing in front of the bowl that would have the holy water, and they said that they're not going to have holy water this week to prevent the spread of COVID in the community. And that you just said the quiet thing out loud, that it's just water. There's nothing magical about it. It's just, pageantry.
I wasn't at this event. I was doing something else, but I remember one event. Maybe it was. We'll talk about that event later, where we had the bottled water, the label unholy water, just plain water, and people got mad about that. It was plain water. We just put unholy on the package, on the cover, and they had a fit.
Yeah, that's actually was originally. Now, everybody who does the debaptisms or unbaptisms, however you want to call it, I like debaptism, they kind of make it their own. Because it's a show and every entertainer does their own version of whatever. And when I first learned about these, what they would do is actually take that unholy water and sprinkle a little bit onto somebody's head. And they would have a hair dryer that's plugged in and blow dry the water off. So that was kind of like doing it in reverse. And we thought, it was like, you know what? If it's just not plugged in, it might even be better. And, some of these events, people are cold. Some people don't want to get their hair wet. I mean, I know I like, my hair's done and don't put water on it. For some people,
don't mess up my hair. I will fight you.
For some people, don't touch my hair is very religious to them. So,
yeah, especially as a black woman, she get her hair pressed and stuff and flat iron. Oh no, that's fighting words, fighting actions. Now I know Helen. Free Thinker Fireside, we're gonna be in a live stream together Sunday. She did a baptism last year on Halloween time. She used to be pagan, so she does those. They're a little different than ours, but they're cool. I need to get her to have me done. Which I already had you. No, it was Anthony that did mine. Then Helen do mine because I had two baptisms, so I gotta have 2 baptisms, and it's just fun though. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed them and stuff like that.
It is. When people ask me, like people legitimately who've seen it, not from our atheist psycho community, but asked about it, and they ask me, why do people do it? And I just for each their own. Some people, they do it as a form of protest against organized religion. And frankly, that is the First Amendment of these United States. You have the right to exercise your beliefs freely, as long as it does not put actual other people it harm and you're not actually violating any laws. There are plenty of laws on the books that are direct contradictions to biblical laws, such as selling your daughter into sexual slavery. And nobody gets stoned to death if you eat shellfish. So, yeah, the people that like to do these debaptisms, it's for their own personal enjoyment.
So, with that in mind, let's talk about some of the things that are going on in the local Michigan community. So, what do we have starting? What's going on?
The first thing that we have is actually somebody reached out to me a few months ago from the west side of the state and asked, "Are you only in the Detroit area? Because it seems like everything that you do is in the Detroit area." And I said, "Well, I'm in Detroit. That is the largest population of the state of Michigan, so naturally we're going to have a lot more there. The west side of the state is what." If you're not from Michigan, that's like our Bible Belt. So they were from Kalamazoo, which is like kind of like the lower. Let's see, if we do this in Michigan, it's like this is Detroit, the meaty part right here, and down here is the Bible Belt. So right down here is Kalamazoo, where they have Western Michigan University, and they said, "Hey, we'd like to start up a chapter here," and that's exactly what I've been working on with them. And we're going to do our first event this coming Wednesday, the 27th. It's going to be at the 600 Kitchen and Bar restaurant. They know the area much better than I do. Anybody who ever comes to me and says, "Hey, I'd like to do something, I'd like to put together in my area," whether it's mid Michigan, UP, doesn't matter where it is, I tell people the exact same thing every time. Find a place that we can host an event, whatever it is that you want to do. So we put up things on Meetup, on Facebook. We put it on our emailers, whatever other marketing we can do, and hopefully we draw a good crowd. And we're going to continue this forward. Doing more stuff in Lansing. And of course, that's why we also do these Pride events, which is going to be most of the summer. A lot of people that are a lot more accepting of all identities come out to these events. It's Pride isn't just for the LGBTQ community; it's all the people who support it. I'm a straight man, but I absolutely have always supported my gay friends, lesbian friends, LGBTQ plus whatever it is that we're on right now. So these events have been really good for us. They've actually responded this year. "Oh, thank you for coming back. We really enjoyed you." At our Lansing event, actually, I got an email about a week ago from Lansing Pride saying, "Hey, you were so great. And actually, you drew such a big crowd with the debaptisms that you actually created a traffic jam and people couldn't get through the street. So could we put you over here in this corner that'll give you more space?" And I said, "Yes, absolutely. More space is great." And Lansing was a great place for us. Marquette, we didn't do last year, but we're going to do this year. I don't know what's going to happen there because it is so far north and it's such a spread out area. But if they have a big enough Pride event, there's going to be some people up there. And if people want to start up a chapter, awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I try to tell people. Like they always say, there's no group where I'm at. Then sometimes you have to have the initiative, like I did. There was no, it was a group, but it was just there in spirit. Nothing had went on in a long time, so I had to step up and make that happen. And I'm glad I did. I've met a lot of people locally and outside. A lot of new friendships and everything that I've gotten. I wouldn't have met you.
Mm-hmm.
You're my favorite asshole, but still. But yeah, and I'm so glad that they did step up and decided to start the chapter. I've been wanting to get to Kalamazoo because they have one of the only, it's two black um wineries that are black owned in Michigan. And so if I did do a winery, there's others in Kalamazoo as well, but being black non-believers, I did want to step in to go to the black owned one, and then also other ones as well. I talked to the person in Chicago, leader of the Chicago group, her maybe meeting because it's halfway between Detroit and Chicago's Kalamazoo. So meeting up there, and it's cool if they already have the Kalamazoo groups. Maybe they can set, we can them being closer, they can be a better connection to get stuff organized. So that's my plan in the near future. It may not be until the early fall or something, but we will figure it out. And that's how it happened. So I'm so glad that they decided to come out and start because I remember you said that you saw me in the parking lot or after one of the dam meetings, right? Was it?
Did I debaptize somebody in the parking lot?
Yeah, that's how you said how you met them.
Well, it was actually the people that are from Kalamazoo
Yeah,
that reached
yeah.
out to me, and we actually met up halfway in Lansing because it's about an hour
Oh, you okay? You was in
for
land. Okay.
me. For me, it's about an hour drive. For them, it's about an hour drive, so it was perfect. We just met up at a local place up there. Had dinner, talked, did the usual. How did you become an atheist? What are you into? This and that. Um, So, and then I guess I mean, hey, do you want to get debaptized? And I just happened to have everything in my trunk to debaptize them. And I do have a picture, but I didn't send it over to that they took, or just standing in the parking lot with my outfit and um, getting it done. That's actually been
Oh, I wish I would have got the picture of you. If you watch my intro video, he has this robe and everything now that he wears. It's pictures of my intro with him in the robe.
I've added stuff to it for this year too. So if you want
I
to see
found a
what my new
dress with
costume,
I found like a goth nun dress. I feel like getting that.
hey, as long as you can play that character, and that's it's part of it. So we're still gonna have our shirts. God hates FAQs, facts,
Oh, that's so
and
funny how you get so much
yeah,
backlash
it,
about
it,
that.
it yeah. And anybody who's working these events, they'll get a shirt. Now we have enough funds that you don't have to. If you're working an event, you don't have to buy your own shirt. We'll give it to you so that you can wear it, because we've had a really good year with raising money, and we have some good funds now. It was very different from when I started. When I took over as president, it was just the finances were a mess. But whatever it is, we're in decent shape now, and we're trying to grow. So yeah, I've added some stuff. You'll see pictures, videos. I'm sure there's going to be people, now that people know that we do these pride events. Somebody's going to come out and want to see it for themselves, see it in person, and fine, that's fine. As long as people are nice, I'm nice. And like I said, I don't talk people out of it. I don't shame people. We do have these pride events. They do have protesters. Like, they will have right wing Christian nationalist protesters out there screaming that God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and all these other things, and homosexuality is a sin. And for the people who do want to get a little militant, but non-violent. Please, non-violent. Anybody who does want to get into somebody's face, you want to argue with these people, those are the ones to do it. So if you're interested in doing it, we're going to have a booth there. You can go out there and you can argue with these people as long as you're non-violent. So test your negotiating and your debating skills. That's going to be the real test. It's one thing to be on Facebook doing it or meeting with your friends and groups doing it, but this is going to be the live show for you.
Yeah. And one thing that I always say is that when people always come up to me at the booths and stuff like that, why are you doing this? Are you trying to take away our religion? I could care less if you want to worship a God. You're not going to make everybody worship a God. That's the
Hmm?
thing. If you want to do it your personal time, your personal life, do it. But it shouldn't be where everybody should worship this God. It's different religions out here. I want to honor them. It's not just about me. This is a oneness, the vast, diverse of people, different thinking processes and everything.
Hmm?
So that's where it comes with me when it comes to me talking to a lot of the people. Like, to getting that, I think there was the are we gonna do that this year where they had the day of prayer and we protested in front of the county building? Like, why are you praying in front of the county building? If you want to pray, go to the church. And then it's so funny how they do certain things against their own Bible, against their own word. Because Jesus talked about not praying publicly.
Well,
So why are you doing it?
we've been saying for a long time that atheists are a lot more in line with the teachings of Jesus and how to live your life than a majority of Christians. Biggest one is that a lot of Christians are obsessed with money, and Jesus was very much anti-money. It's easier for a camel to walk through the eye of a needle than a rich man to get into heaven. Jesus said, "Love everyone." He didn't say just love the straight white people who believe in me. And Christianity clearly has not followed its own rules. It's kind of become its own thing. And after 2,000 years, of course, it's going to evolve into whatever it is that people who are in power are going to make it out to be. That's why I love when people come and knock on my door, or I meet people at these events outside and they try to sell me on Christianity. First of all, they hate it when you say sell you Christianity. So if you want to trigger them right away, be like, hey, I'm not interested in buying your Christianity. That'll set them off right away, and it'll get them off their game. But I have a very unique perspective on things because I do come from a Jewish background. So when they start preaching to me, I can just tell them, stop. My people invented your God, invented your religion. We literally wrote your manual. You got it wrong. Sit down. Shut up. That's it.
That's all that's all, yeah.
That's all I gotta tell them.
It is. That's all it is, yeah.
Very few of these people have actually said, oh, no, that's not true. And so really, Jesus wasn't Jewish? Because I'm pretty sure the manual says he was. And but most of them, they just kind of don't know how to respond to that because they know what I said was the truth.
So, Godless Granny, I was baptized 4 times. Do I need to be debaptized 4 times? No. 1 time is enough, but I will mention Godless Granny, who also name is Kelly, like myself, and her, myself, and Kelly Laughlin are starting. I don't know how we're going to set it up, but we do want to do a show together called The Councils of Kelly. And so stay tuned for that. We're getting time and stuff together and all that good stuff. So that will be happening soon on our, probably on Kelly's channel, God's Granny channel, because she has more subscribers than I do.
Okay. I've actually had that question a number of times at these events. Well, I got baptized this many times. Does that mean I have to get these many debaptisms? I tell people you can have as many debaptisms as you need to make you mentally right. That's all it is. It's for mental health. So if you need to do it 3 times because you've been baptized 3 times, we will do it 3 times. You need 3 supplications, that's fine. It's completely up to you because, again, we don't force anybody to do it. The first thing that when people sit down in our chair, and first thing we always ask is, are you ready? And they have to give a clear yes, because we always ask for consent. That's one of our biggest things. If you're a little hesitant, gee, I don't know, maybe we're not going to do it. You need to be very, very upfront and say, yes, I want this, give consent, and then we're good to go.
Yep. But you've debaptized dogs and cats too. And they didn't get with that.
We do. We've done dogs,
Those
cats,
snakes,
lizards.
snake.
We did a snake at Frankenfest down in Detroit. We do anything. And there was a video you showed of me debaptizing a furry.
That's why I had to make sure I got that in there.
Anybody who wants it. I mean, obviously, pets are dogs, cats, pets. They are family members. I got a dog. He's locked out of my office right now, which half of it is his room, half of it is my office, and because otherwise he would just be playing and want me to play with him. So yeah, everybody needs a debaptism from time to time.
We need to read the Hail Mary backwards.
Yeah. Since I don't have a Christian background, I really don't know much about the Hail Marys and Hallelujahs. I mean, I got a couple of jokes about that have that stuff, but I'm not too familiar with it. People have asked, sarcastically, "Oh, really? What do are you going to uncircumcise people?" And I tell you, and then my response is always the same. Well, if the health department will let me, I guess we could do that publicly, but we just don't know how to do that. And we're not just trying to attack one religion or anything like that. It's just that it was just so easy to do the debaptisms. And there's other stuff that we could be doing. Just that seems to be the most entertaining.
I hate being blind. I'm trying to find the next event we're having. Is it this one right here? This one? Yes, there we go. Okay. This is the next event.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk
Yeah.
about this.
So Motor City Pride, it's the start off for the kickoff for the summer Pride season, and it is a season. It's not just Pride Month anymore because Flint Pride is July 18th, and Arbor Pride is August 1st, and there's other smaller ones, but we can't do all of them. So we just kind of hit up the ones that we think are going to have the largest turnouts, and also in the pockets of Michigan that really need it. Motor City is wonderful because it's a 2-day event. It's in downtown Detroit. I think it's $5 to get in. It's very secure. And on the second day, Sunday, June 7th at noon, they have a Pride Parade, which we will be marching in. Anybody who wants to march with us is welcome. All you have to do is become a member of Michigan Atheist, and you can march with us. You can also work these events, and there's going to be plenty of other.
I should have put pictures of us in the dang.
Yeah, we did have the pictures of us last year. It was
You look so cute too.
yeah. My daughter was there. You were there, Tamara, Jim. We were at a great time. Dan was there. One thing that I remember from that was when we were kind of standing around because they give you these like lanes.
And I got my flag. I gotta
There
show
you
my
go.
video. I'm gonna wear in the back like do with my shirt.
Perfect. Yeah, there was a
I'm
guy.
ready.
So there was this very tall black gentleman who was walking around with a Bible,
Oh,
screaming
that was funny. Oh man.
that homosexuality is a sin. So I just walked behind him, and every time he would say homosexuality is a sin, and he'd pause, and that's when I would shout out, "The Bible supports slavery," and he would say his thing, and then the Bible would support slavery. And I'm just walking behind him, and I have a very loud projecting voice, and if you've ever heard me do a debaptism outside, you know how well I can project my voice. We got to the end of the street, and he turned around, and like I said, he's significantly taller than me, just kind of looks down at me, trying to intimidate me with his height. But I'm like, yeah, I don't get intimidated like that. And he said, okay, would you mind, maybe going this way, and I'll go the other way. I said, oh, I'm sorry. Am I bothering you? Is this an inconvenience for you? He said, yeah. Well, that's what you're doing to these people. And I wouldn't leave him alone until he walked away. But then we had to go and start walking with our parade. So I'm hoping that we can get see that guy one more time, because that's what you got to do with these people. You just got to, kill them with kindness and kill them with logic and reason.
Yeah, because it was funny when guys. I think it was you and Jim that followed. A lot of people was like, yeah, people don't realize how much the Michigan atheists are very supportive, and we're so glad that you're here. That's what they were saying when you were walking with them as well. They came to us and said that to us. You guys are walking. I will pull this up. Jess wants to know how to become a member. The website, michiganatheist.com. I will put everything in the description. I didn't have time because my other stream messed up or something, so I had to redo this on a whim. But
Can
I will
I
give-
drop the link on in the chat?
Let me see. You have to comment something, so maybe I can do it. Comment something so I can make you a mod, and then you can do the link. So just say hi or something simple, and I can.
Oh, hold on. I got to connect your YouTube account to join the live chat. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I usually just, but yeah. Do I have? Because I can't mod you without. Oh, and Jill, she might do it. MichiganAtheist.com. Maybe I can do it. I might can do it.
Yeah, you can just put in MichiganAtheist.com, and right there on the homepage it'll say become a member.
Oh, hold on. I got it. I can do it. So when I'm doing that, something we can talk about. So I'm gonna go on to our next event in 1 second. As soon as I the Michigan Atheist thing down.
Yes, while you're doing that, I'll just finish it up with the Pride events. And like I said, the best ones that we had last year were the ones that were further away from Detroit, because, like, for example, Lansing and Flint, because they don't have as much of a community there. There is a group in the Flint Grand Blanc area. Actually, tonight they're having a get together at the Grand Blanc Tap House, which is where they meet on the fourth Friday of every month. They're part of Michigan Humanists. I was out in Grand Rapids last Friday for their event, and I try to make it out to as many other groups events as possible. So we got to support everybody. And so in Flint, they have the Michigan Humanists. That's a lot of fun. In Lansing, there's the Mid Michigan Humanists. And everybody kind of does their own thing. And when we went out there, people were really happy that that there was public representation. The common thing that people would say was, "Oh, I didn't even know Michigan had an atheist group." And our banner said, "Since 1975, we've been around longer than I've been alive, and I'm a middle-aged man." So we're keeping it going, keeping it strong, and trying to get more places, make it more public and visible. Obviously, things today are very different than they were in 1975. America was still extremely conservative in 1975, and I know everybody has their opinions about what's going on today, and I'm not going to get political because that's just going to trigger everybody, but we are a lot more liberal, and things have changed. There are different ideologies, and personally, the shift right now that we have at the moment, it's a momentary pendulum swing with the current administration towards Christian nationalism. I think as an optimist, as an opportunist, as a marketer, that's going to help us out because more people are going to be pissed off at the Christian right, at conservatism, and say, no, we don't need this. We want the exact opposite. And that's where Michigan Atheist comes in. We have a community. We provide people the community so nobody ever feels alone. And if anybody already has a group of people, like there's other smaller groups that are a little nichey, like Godless Gamers or Godless Gunnies, and they need more people together for strength in numbers and just to have fun. That's exactly what Michigan Atheist does. You're muted.
I started coughing a little bit. Okay, so the next event would be the Marquette, if I'm mistaken, right?
So really quickly, first of all, like I said, if you go to michiganatheist.com, you'll see our stuff, Meetup, and Facebook. So this coming Wednesday is in Kalamazoo. Then in 2 weeks, it's going to be the Motor City Pride. The following weekend, the 13th, June 13th, is going to be Marquette. Yep. And then the following weekend is going to be Grand Rapids, which is June 20th and 21st.
Do I have it?
There
Okay,
it
there
is.
we go. Yep, got it.
There it is. Yep.
I can't really see. The stuff is so small, and the font, they all look the same. Okay, there we go.
Sorry about that.
So
So yeah. So every weekend is going to be packed up. It's a 2-day thing, and I'm paying for this. The Michigan Atheist pays for the event, for the tabling. For example, for Marquette, I'm driving up there on my own dollar. It's a 6.5-hour drive there, 6.5 hours back. It also happens to be my daughter's birthday weekend, so I'm going to drive up there on Friday, spend the night. Saturday, work the event. Sunday morning, get up, drive 6.5 hours home, and do my daughter's birthday because I have to balance everything out in life. Grand Rapids, same thing. We go out there the night before. We stay there for 2 nights because driving back and forth. The last weekend of June, the 27th, is going to be Lansing Pride. Luckily, that is close enough where we can drive there in the morning and then come home in the evening like we did last time. July 18th is going to be the Flint Pride, and actually then the 19th, the very next day on Sunday, is going to be our 51st annual picnic. Now, I have been talking with a lot of groups from around the state, and I've asked them, hey, in years past, this was a time when other groups came together, and it was kind of like a mini convention of all the groups coming together. It's the summertime. We do it pretty central, as central as we could make it, which is in Northville. It's kind of like the northwest part of Metro Detroit. So it's convenient if you're coming from Ann Arbor, from Lansing, from Flint, east side Detroit, west side Detroit. It's as convenient as possible. We have a giant shelter that we rent out. It holds 150 people. There's a playground. There's modern lavatory facilities right there. There's a stream. There are nature trails, parking. It's a potluck. And that also happens to be the day of the World Cup finals. And I am a football fan, real football. Yes. I'm a football fan. And soccer.
I bet people didn't know. Yeah.
And so the game is at 3:00. The picnic is from 11 till 5. I'm going to bring a TV. I have we have internet, so we will be able to watch the game there if you're a football soccer fan. So we can kill two birds with one stone. Actually, we have multiple birds because you get to meet people and get to eat and get to hang out and watch the World Cup.
And I will say this: he can smoke his ass off. He makes good ass ribs and briskets and stuff. I'm just gonna say that pulled pork. If you want some good briskets and stuff, you come on to the picnic if you're in the area.
I'm going to
I
be
was just
doing,
gonna say that.
I'm going to be doing two different kinds of ribs. I'm going to do the savory ribs and I'm going to do sweet ribs because I know everybody's got their own palate.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm a little bit more of the savory side, but I'm not going to tell people, oh, no, you only need to do what I like to do. So we're going to have those. And
I
I'll
used to get
also
a
have
little bit of both though. my greedy self.
nothing wrong with that. And if anybody who's been to my events, whether it's something that I've hosted at my house or other places, you know that I always have lots of food because that's the culture that I grew up with. You better have lots of food. If we ever run out of something or if somebody looks hungry, I feel like I haven't lived up to my potential, that I failed as a host. So I always make way too much food for
Because
everybody.
we always have enough to bring something as well.
Yep, and we'll get something to go to. So July 19th, like I said, all these things are on our events calendar. July 19th is going to be the picnic.
Juneteenth. I thought about that.
The what?
It's Juneteenth.
And no, Juneteenth is in June.
Oh,
This
that's
is
right.
July.
Don't on me. Don't
No, that's
mind
okay.
me. I was the 19th.
So,
Okay, okay.
somebody else did that a couple
I
weeks
was
ago. I was
wrong
talking
with
to them
me.
about it. They're like, "Really? You're doing it on Juneteenth?" I'm like, "No, July 19th."
You're
So
right. That is my sinful fault.
no worries, no worries. No, we can do something for Juneteenth, but like I said, I can't do everything myself. I'd love to get other people's help. So when people come in, they sign up, and I know you kind of presented to me as like, oh, he's a pusher and these events. I set people up so that because it is a job. Okay, when we do these events, yes, they're supposed to be fun, and they are fun. We make them as fun, but we do have a job to do. Sometimes people have come out and they just kind of sat around and not did anything because they just kind of wanted to let people know, oh, I was there, I was present for it. And we can't have too many people in the booth because, first of all, most of these events they limit you. They literally say you can't have more than 2 or 3 people in your booth because they don't want a whole lot of people. And it's counterproductive when we have too many people.
Yeah.
So if people are willing to go out and actually talk to people, you never have to talk about anything you don't want to. Somebody said, well, I don't feel like I should justify why I'm an atheist. Then don't. If anybody wants to talk to you about that, you direct them to me and I'll take care of it. You talk about whatever you're comfortable with. But we do need help to do these events. They're very long days. 20 years ago when I was in my mid-20s, yeah, I could wake up at 5 in the morning and go to bed at 2 in the morning, no problem, and start over the next day. But listen, I'm not going to be in denial of, time takes its toll and it gets a little harder over the years. But I would rather have other people join in so that in years down the road, I'm not the only one doing them. And, I could take a weekend off or we can do multiple things at the same time.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, Kalamazoo is doing their Pride actually the same weekend as Motor City, Detroit, but we can't be in 2 places at once. If we could get enough people to do these things, that's really our goal.
Yeah, and I know like with the Marquette, I'm gonna be in Atlanta. I already had something already set up before that even happened, and that's a few things I can't do because I'm gonna be doing other things as well in the summer. But that's what happens when you have a national organization that you're up under as well. But like Eric AJ says, pull it up. I'm looking at 2 things. They're important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I know how I felt when I first deconstructed. I spent a few years like by myself, being alone in the community, not having anybody else that I knew that was another atheist. And it was fine for a while, but after a while, you're like, dang, I want somebody I can talk to about what I'm feeling, what I'm going through. I can't tell anybody in my area that I know that I don't understand people still go to church and all this stuff and problems they're having with the sermon. And I even was faking going to church, acting like I was still a Christian because I didn't want to get backlashed. So to finally be able to be free, and now I'm having a podcast, talking with people is something else for me. And it's very important that we have that kind of stuff like that. Um,
Yeah, well, absolutely. We're a communal people. We evolved over millions and millions of years by sticking together and having our little communities. And obviously, if you think about it, 2,000 years ago, a mega city that we would be equivalent to, like what would be like, well, Detroit, New York, that has millions of people, that the surrounding area. In those days, 1,000 people was considered a mega city back then. I had almost 500 people in my high school graduating class alone. So I can't imagine how they would see it as these mega cities. But we are absolutely communal by nature. We love being around other people. We're social. That's why most of the stuff that Michigan Atheist does is social events. Wine over worship, the third
oh, that's
Wednesday of every month. Um, we're thinking about maybe moving that over to maybe a Friday event, because I think more people would be comfortable just kind of hanging out at the end of the
after
week,
work. Yeah,
after work, but on a Friday. Because yeah, I get Wednesdays, and the reason why I started doing Wednesdays is because on the second Tuesday of the month we have DAM, Detroit Atheist Meetup, and that generally gets a decent amount of people. People show up to that, so trying to do that midweek thing. It's hard also to be committed to every single Friday, every single Saturday, whatever it is, unless I have help from other people. So as we grow our community, people become members of Michigan Atheists, and they can say, yes, I can fill it. I'll be there if you can't be, and carry the torch. We really appreciate those
yeah.
things.
Mine is just so hard because of my work schedule. Like a lot
Mm-hmm.
of times you have an event, and I try to get people maybe they can that's free for the daytime, and I could do something like a lunchtime thing once a week or once a month or something like that. Maybe we can set something so I can do something more. But
Yeah, you do
you
work
know how to
nights
do
on.
it.
Yeah, you work nights during the during the week, and this is just a suggestion. Uh, Maybe there could be like a lunchtime thing that
Yeah,
people could do, because if your days are a lot more free, it'd be like, I don't know,
yeah,
every Wednesday or something like that.
yeah,
For lunch somewhere, and just kind of stay consistent with that. If other people are committed to it, some other things that are in the hopper of ideas is that people have said, well, what about something like a bike club? The ring, not the vroom vroom, the bicycling club, because we have so many bike trails now in the Metro Detroit area, in the city, and there's off-road stuff, and I love to bike. So sometime this summer, we're going to start off by doing bike weeks,
yeah.
a bike day, something early in the morning. But again, we need people to do these things. Um, some talks. People have asked about talks, and actually, we just booked our first guest. We haven't put this up yet because we just finalized this. It's with Dr. Vivek uh, Palavali, if I'm pronouncing it right. He's a neurosurgeon, and he's written a number of books, made a number of documentaries, and his talk is going to be in September about a book that he just finished writing, which is out of body experiences, and he explains these out of body experiences from a neurological standpoint. What exactly is happening in the brain? Why people feel this way? Why it feels so real? And obviously, this is his area of expertise. And if you wrote an entire book on it, there's clearly a lot there, more than just, oh, your brain is dying, so therefore you imagine things, which is kind of like the quick little synopsis. And then we're obviously going to be trying to get more people. We've talked to some people to get they'll come in once a month for October and November. A lot of times it's a little difficult to do because a lot of the local people have already spoken at every event, and there's no new topic to discuss. And sometimes the national people might be a little pricey, or again, they may not have anything new to say, and it's just kind of like recycled material.
So y'all, connections. We got to get something to happening in the Detroit area.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all ever gonna think about come visit, I'll show you a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You can come speak at our event, and then that'll be cool. Somebody did say they was coming to Detroit, so I gotta pick him to make sure that he comes. And those who know who I'm talking about. But um, we'll something to be set up, and we'll get some stuff. Like I got people that'll come on my channel that'll speak, many people, but for them to get here, that's the issue. that we'll
We
have.
can work with people. I mean, depending where they're coming from, if it's a cost issue of getting them to come here, look, we can sit down and figure it out. I'm a business person. It's dollars and cents. If it makes sense at the end of the day, we'll make it work.
Yeah. So that's what we're dealing with. But we are gonna get that situated, and I think I gotta talk to, can't pronounce those last names. The guy you just mentioned, you did say that you want him to be a guest on my show. He gonna come to my show as well. You mentioned you suggested me to have
Oh,
him on.
um,
What's the doctor? Can't pronounce the last name. I'm not good with that kind of stuff.
Dr. Palavali.
Palavali, okay, Palavali. I'll probably forget that in 5 minutes, but Dr. Palavali, he's gonna be at the speaker, but I guess he's also gonna come on my channel and talk a little bit to me as
Mm-hmm.
well. I have to set that up with him.
Now he's gonna be coming out tonight to the Michigan Humanists Flint get
Okay, that's
together
good.
tonight.
Okay.
So if you're in that area, if you can make it out, I mean, like I said, I try to do my best. I know gas is up $5 a gallon right now. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's a 50-minute drive from my house to Grand Blanc, and I don't mind doing it. I don't mind. Last weekend driving out to Grand Rapids and getting a hotel room and spending the night so I can have a really good time. If you know what I mean. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
we closed 2 bars that night, and so yeah, we'll make things happen, and yeah.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions or anything? We're about to simmer down to end the episode because, like many people, when I leave here, I'm heading to my actual job. So any questions you have for me or Anthony or anything like that, I'll be glad to answer them before we end the segment. But like I said, once again, sorry for the tech, technical difficulties. Hopefully, I can add the stuff to the thumbnail and all that other stuff that I had earlier. But things happen.
It's okay. There's plenty of other shows.
Oh,
Come on.
I do wanted to post some other shows. Yeah, we do other stuff too. I did want to do these too. So I talked about the Revival of Reason coming up. I talked about the live stream coming up. There's 2 more things that I want to talk about. Now I showed my flag, and if you want a flag like mine, here's where you go.
In 2024, NASA researcher Rachel Lenz gave the world a flag made from NASA images for Pride Month. On January 20th, 2025, the incoming U.S. administration ordered that Artistic Union of Science and Civil Rights deleted. So I tracked down the original images it was made from, recreated it, and then added even more wonders of the cosmos to update the flag to the current, more inclusive form. On the anniversary of the inauguration, I released it. And it went viral several times. Now you can get a physical copy of that artwork as a full-sized flag or a large sticker, as well as space artworks of the other Pride flags: lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, intersex, ace, and new flags being added all the time. Get one for yourself or give them as gifts and celebrate Pride, celebrate science, celebrate resistance, and help support a creator fighting for human rights for all humans. Head to astralpride.com.
Great quality work. If you know Ember, it's to love Ember. So get your stuff. Now, there was a question.
Is it the one from Dean? Any tips on
Yep.
community building?
Yep,
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Here's my
Dean is
feedback.
from South Africa.
He's from
friend.
South Africa.
Yes.
Well,
Friend.
I'm sure in South Africa they have the same thing we have here. They may not call it gaslighting, but I see that so much in so many groups. I would when I started going around to different places, even when I went to out of state places. In Vegas, in Texas, Atlanta, there seems to be a lot of gaslighting. And my advice number one is no gaslighting. If you know something is a red hot topic, a controversial topic, something that's going to stir people up, it's not going to result in anything good. And sitting around talking without any action makes it even worse because it just builds up this anger. Everybody has ideologies. I've been to places where it wasn't just gaslighting, but somebody would start off on the belief, you know, corporate taxes, the death penalty. And if somebody has a different of opinion, that doesn't open it up to an argument of, I need to convince you. If we genuinely do respect other people's right to have an opinion and somebody has a different opinion than you, then tell them, okay, why do you believe this? Let them speak. Because I promise you, these people, like everybody else, they love to talk, especially about the topics they're passionate about. And they'll tell you exactly why they feel the way they do. You don't have to agree or disagree with them. It's up to you. But refraining from all the conflicts and the fighting, and also making sure that you are actually doing something and not just talking about it. Because people always talk about, for example, doing good community volunteer work, and we do. We work with some other organizations to do Atheists Like to Volunteer, and very few people have come out and shown up, but not as many as people talk about. People talk about all the time. It's like, hey, I want to be, hey, Steve, I want to do some more work. I want to help, clothe and feed and all this other stuff. Great. Well, here's what we do with this. Oh, I don't know if I can make it. I don't know. Well, you got to be more than just talk. You got to be action. So no gaslighting. Tone down the arguments and disagreements of ideologies and actually put in the physical work, which is kind of circling back to all the marketing stuff that we do, coming out. And yeah, it's a little bit of hard work. You don't have to work the whole day. If you're only available for, like, say, 3 or 4 hours, let us know what that is so we can schedule people accordingly and move from there.
Yeah, every little bit. Sometimes you think that your little contribution isn't much, but it really is. I found that out myself, because a lot of times during the events I had to work, so I did it like half the day. I would help out
Mhm.
because I had to go to work.
No, and I
I was,
appreciate your help.
do you know how
Absolutely.
tired I was sometimes? Some days I was so tired. Okay, so
I
it's
know.
one more. Yeah.
Like I said earlier, we're not in our 20s anymore. So, yes, it is tiresome.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, you're in your 20s, huh?
Yeah, I
Okay.
know, I know you did. I know, yeah. My kid's older than 20. Okay, got one more video. So it's another thing that I'm going to be a part of. I'm going to help out. And Goddess Granny is a speaker for this event, but I don't know if she's still here. But here we go. And then we'll just say our closing things and we'll be out of here for the day. Kind of protest the 10th year. I think that might be the last year that we're going to do it. But it will take place July 12th to the 14th. I will be there and I will sing something about Steve made a comment that song "Sab Nothing Like Your Angel Kelly." Thank you. But guess who did both videos though? Yes, our Jess. She did both videos. She also did my video for our live stream promo video. She's just the to go for all the videos. If you want to get video, go to Jess. But yeah. So this will include so I'm talking what I'm doing. So tomorrow, and I am gonna butcher his name just like I do everybody else's last name. Derek Caladino, who is a longtime atheist, and he runs the skep track for Dragon Con. And I will be having him on my show tomorrow at 1 p.m. Sunday, I will be on Helen channel, Hell's Bell channel, Freethinker Fireside at 5:30 p.m. Then Monday, Memorial Day, 4 o'clock, I'll be on Bad Science Sunday with Maya on her show, and with Mandisa, and I will be talking about conference safety. Then after that will be the live stream, which will take place at 5:30, and then meet me at 8 o'clock with recovery from religion, and I am gonna do a talk with them about how to be a trauma survivor, how to get your life back together after you have dealt with a trauma. So that's what's going to happen on my life in the next couple of days. How I'm going to do all that, I don't know, but it's going to be done. So anybody wants to have an interview on my show, I have a new link communication with all my stuff is on there. Michigan Atheist stuff is also linked. Like non-believer stuff is also linked. Everything that I am affiliated with will be in the link that I'm gonna be posting around. So, any last words for you before we end the segment for today?
Just thank you, Kelly, for having me on. Appreciate everything that you do for our community. It's a big responsibility to have a voice that far-reaching as yours does. With I see how many people are in the chats and how many people are attending your shows. So yourself, everybody else that does these casts, amazing. And I hope everybody has a safe summer. Once that heat hits, people go crazy, and we got a lot going on this year with World Cup coming in and midterms coming in, and yeah, there's gonna be a lot of stuff. Just everybody stay safe out there and enjoy life. Don't get into serious arguments, and if you can, join Michigan Atheists, become a member.
Yes. Even if you're not local, you can always help out. Black non-believers, become a member. It helps support us so we can take care and do stuff like the tabling. We need money to do those kind of things.
I don't take a paycheck. You don't take a paycheck.
No.
We don't. All the stuff goes to marketing material. Like right now, I'm talking with people about getting some more of these. Can we get there? It is the U.S. Constitutions. We're out of these almost. They only have maybe 10 or 12 left. Getting those out. I got marketing brochures, buttons, pins, cards. The table limits. Like I said, all that stuff goes to the community, bringing in speakers, and we are very financially responsible so that we don't go out of business. Because even if we are a nonprofit, if there's no money coming in, if it's not it's not moving along, then we're out of business. And Michigan really does need an atheist, or at least kind of set the momentum for everybody else. Maybe be a model of what other people should be doing in other states and grow from there.
Yes. Thank you for coming on and having this talk with me. Thank you for my audience for tuning in, for being supportive in this channel. I would not have this show if it wasn't for you guys. So until tomorrow, 1 p.m., you guys take care. I don't have my outro on this one because I think I do it right, but we'll see. Yep, I don't have it. We're just gonna end.